The 4-2-3-1, a very balanced formation that has got me by in many years previously. Very good in defence, and you can attack adequately with 4 attackers progressing forward up the pitch. I'm going to give you guys my custom tactics and player instructions for this formation.
Griezmann, 3 men around him, and somehow finds some space. Ronaldo, fantastic opening, the drive back.
He's made himself the tiniest bit of space.
Almost feels like a bit of a taunt. Didn't really go for him. Oh! The display there is absolutely ridiculous. The Elastico on the goal line. On the goal line, the finest.
We
of
talked about
margins.
Aussie Fifa. He's not here to make up the numbers.
Moving in to the custom tactics. Now I want to revert back to an analogy that I've always stood by, and that is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't overcomplicate things. You should be relying on your own skill and your own control over the AIs. The only thing that I'm going to rely on the AI for is move my player instructions, as I want them staying in the certain positions that I select them to do, whether that's stay back while attacking or get in behind. Getting into my custom tactics with defense, I want to keep it unbalanced because you need to rely on your own skill to play. What I mean by that is selecting the right players with right stick selection and pressuring your opponent manually with second man press and with the right stick or selection method. Balance allows me to do that. If I have it on pressure after heavy touch, I don't have a mental image in my head where my defense is because they're all stagnant and they're all trying to pressure my opponent on an opportunity where a heavy touch is being made. Again, with pressure after possession loss, I don't like my players all of a sudden bursting up and pressuring my opponent instantaneously where I don't know where they are because they're all stagnant and they're all trying to get the ball super quickly. And that's me relying on the AI if I was to select that. No, I want to do it manually because I want to be able to pressure my opponent without drawing defenders out of their position. Again, constant pressure, you don't want that because stamina will deplete by the end of the game, and drop back, long shots are overpowered this year. So green timing it outside the box will make you pay for having it on drop back. So lads, keep it unbalanced. With depth, I like to have it on 60. Reason being is I can put a little bit more pressure onto my opponent. They can be up the pitch and I'm able to use my right stick selection and L1 selection to basically pressure my opponent, as well as second man press, okay, with R1 or RB. With build-up play in my offense, I don't like to have it on slow build-up, nor do I like to have it on fast build-up or long ball. I like to have it on balanced. Reason being is because I can control the tempo of the game myself. I'm not relying on the AI to do it slowly. I'm not relying on the AI to do it fast, nor am I wanting to do a random over-the-top through ball which allows my opponent to have a 50-50 challenge with my attacker. I like to have it on balance because I like to slowly build up from the back and then instantly hit him with fast tiki-taka passing towards the back third of the pitch, into their third of the pitch, into my attacking third, so that I can quickly pass into the bots, find my striker's feet, turn and shoot. FIFA 22 this year is a simple game, in my opinion. Passing is something that you need to rely on, and the best way to do that is by keeping it unbalanced and allowing me to dictate how fast I want to build up. Moving into chance creation, again, I like to keep this unbalanced because I like to have my players in their positions at all time. If I have possession, I might have my striker coming back from the defensive line and not making those in behind runs that I want. If I have it on forward runs, I'll have my wing backs and my defensive midfielders pushing up the field, which I don't want because I want them back making those tackles if my opponent counter-attacks me. Direct passing as well. This is not a bad one, and again, it's something I might have in my attacking tactic or even my ultra attacking tactic, because it allows you to have a direct pass into your striker's feet to then find a pass into your winger or into the midfield yet again. But to start off the game, again, I like it on balance because I want to dictate the way I play in FIFA 22. With width, I like to keep it on 50 because that is default. It's not too wide, nor is it too narrow for you to have too much space out on the wing, okay, and leave you vulnerable in that area. Players on the bots, I like to have a few more in there because I like, as I was saying, to slowly build the ball up, allow my players to slowly progress up the field and then instantly hit them with quick tiki-taka passing in the final third to then find my striker's feet or whoever's in the bots, whether it's the midfielder, whether it's the wingers or whoever it is. Having my players on the bots on 8 allows me to have that option. With corners, I like to have it on 4. With free kicks, I like to have it on 4. As I was saying in the introduction, your 4-2-3-1 is very balanced. It's quite defensive in nature. It also allows you to attack in all aspects of the pitch. With free kicks and corners, it's okay to have 4, okay, on both of those, because you're going to have defensive midfielders back anyway, stopping those counter-attacks. I wouldn't recommend having this setting on something like a 4-1-2-1-2, which is narrow and has limited defensive midfielders. You've only got one. And if you had it on more, he would probably be up into the bots for the free kick and for the corner, which leaves you vulnerable in your defensive third. Moving into player instructions, super important, and as I was saying, this is the only aspect of my custom tactics that I will rely on the AI for, because I need them to make the AI runs for this. For instance, with my striker, I will have on get in behind. I like him making runs in behind my opponent's defense so that I can do maybe a player lock and slot the through ball through with my winger and into my striker's feet. I also like my striker making runs off the ball when I'm not using player lock, so that I can maybe do an over the top through ball, which is overpowered this year, and he's always available through making those runs. So I like to have getting behind with my striker. For my 2 CDMs, as I was saying, I like to have them in a defensive mind. So stay back while attacking is something that I will have them set on. Now, as I was saying in the custom tactics section, I like to control what my players are doing without relying on the AI doing it for me. If I want my CDMs to make a run, I will trigger it with the L1 button. Now, that is to obviously make your players run forward. R1 is of course to make them come towards you if you didn't know. So I like to have my CDMs pushing forward so that they can make those runs, but I'm triggering it manually, relying on the AI to do it for me with get forward. Okay, so they will remain on stay back while attacking. For defensive position, I like to have them on cover center, because I like to have a compact defense when I'm in defense, so that they can cover the central runs with my strikers, and they will also cover the wingers if I select them with my right stick and run towards that way of the pitch. So you can still cover your wingers even without that on the setting and having it on cover center. With my wing bats, I like to have them on stay back while attacking, okay? And again for my left back. So with this, I don't like them making forward runs. With my play style and with your guys hopefully as well, with the 4-2-3-1, one very useful attacking tactic with this is utilizing your wing bats a lot of the time, because it allows you to draw the defense out to that side when you're in attack to open up gaps in the middle, and that's called recycling the ball. You keep the ball out on the wing with your wing bats and your winger, and then you wait for the defense to shift that side before you quickly pass into the middle where the open space is. And again, it's the same with your left back as well. Now I have them on stick to position again because I don't want them making roaming runs, and mixed attack, because sometimes you may want them pushing up a little bit to give your winger an option so that you can dribble around with the wing back. Obviously with centre backs, you want them on stay back while attacking. With your cam, I have him on balanced. I like him to have free roam around, and with balance that allows him to free roam, because he's going to go onto the right, onto the left, and he's going to find himself into some space, or put himself into some space to receive the ball, turn, give a pass away. And that's what I like about my cam, is having him unbalanced so that he plays in all aspects and all areas of the pitch. With my wingers as well, I like to keep them unbalanced because, as I said, I like to keep possession with my wing bats and my wingers. I also like them making forward runs, and that's very important with your 4-2-3-1, is them getting in behind. Keeping them unbalanced will allow you to have them on both aspects, okay, for that. So I have them on stick to position, normal interceptions, balanced cross runs, and basic defense support. So there you have it, my attacking tutorial for FIFA 22. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I hope you guys have a good day. I'm out. Sayonara. Au revoir. Adios. And goodbye.